Wanted to do a quick tutorial for you here on some of the things that we would focus on when editing long exposure photography, such as light painting. So for this demo, I already had a student send me over a few files, and I'm just going to go through a typical post-processing procedure that I would have for something like this. So first thing I want to show you, these are already imported, but if I go into develop and we have all of our basic sliders like we had before, one of the biggest things with light painting that I work on is the exposure. As you can see, just some fine tuning on the exposure knob really drastically changes the composition, as well as highlights, since we have light. So if I bring these highlights down, you see a little more of the striation and the lighting. Contrast is going to be pretty prominent in these. I personally like to have the blacks in a light painting to really pop, to have those almost at pure black so that the colors really jump off of it. And in the presence part here, some clarity, some compression, maybe texture. Obviously, if you do that, you can see more coming through the lights there, like as far as the actual individual bulbs and things. But the biggest thing aside from that I wanted to show you is basically the color control that we have in something like this. So we have the ability to really push the colors in a light painting more than we would, say, in a portrait or photojournalism, where we need those colors to be true the entire time. So you can really play with the vibrance and saturation if you wanted this to feel a little more neon with vibrance, or it can go black and white and it looks like smoke in this case. But even more than that, I want to scroll down here to the color mixer portion, and I want to show you hue, saturation, and luminance. So hue is the actual tint of each individual color. So if I wanted the blues to be more aqua, I can pull that down and they'll switch. Or sorry, that's the actual aqua slider. I'm sorry. Here's the blue. So if I took the blue and move it more aqua, you can see that those blues have an aqua tint, or I can push them more into purple. So you have individual tint control that you can play with on these. Saturation is just the amount of each color. So if I pull the blue saturation all the way down, those turn white. If I turn it all the way up, it makes it very saturated blue. So you can play with those as well. But also wanted to point out the luminance here, and that's how much the particular color emits light. So in this case, the blue, if I were to push the blue up, it turns it really bright, very glowy. If I pull it all the way down, it almost disappears. So in essence, with this project, you have a lot of creative freedom on this, where you can do just about anything you'd like. I just wanted to kind of show you how you can crop these down. Let's go up here and crop this one down, for example, if we wanted to something like that. Then we go back to our sliders over here and say I pull the highlights down, add a little bit of contrast, then go down to these color adjustments like I was telling you about just a second ago, and say I wanted to change the purples to a pink and the oranges to a yellow. Then I can completely change this and go to luminance, and let's say purple, we pull some of the luminance out, and orange, we add some. And you see it's very subtle, but you have total freedom to kind of push this wherever you want. But that's it, really. That's what I wanted to show you, is the HSL panel, hue, saturation, luminance. And then when you're finished, you will select the images that you want to export and do your export as I showed you before. So this one I'll put in a folder called Light Painting Final, and then I'll change the file name to Light Painting, and we'll export those two to the desktop. And that's really it. It's a very brief tutorial. I just wanted to show you how you have the freedom to move your colors around to your liking for this, because we have a lot of wiggle room and creative freedom in this process. All right, have a great day.